I need to do a sound check too. Yep. Good. Okay, well, welcome back to another WCN Live here in the Wilson County News Break Room. My name is Kristen Weaver. I'm Director of Operations, and today my guests are
Catherine Ortiz with Firstmark Credit Union.
And Paul Kirby with Nixon Smiley High School, the head football coach.
So exciting. Thank you both for being here. Really looking forward to our conversation today. It's always good to shine a spotlight on educators. Well, first I would like to officially thank our sponsor. We are sponsored by Professionals in Dentistry, the top-rated dentist in China Grove, San Antonio. Smile brighter at Professionals in Dentistry. Thank you for your sponsorship. And Professionals in Dentistry is tagged in the description of this video. So show them some love, give them a shout out, and we thank you for your sponsorship of WCN Live. Okay, well, next to get things rolling, we have a comment contest, so let me explain. Every week when we're on WCN Live, we ask that you, when you're watching, post a quick comment. It can be a thumbs up, a hello, or you can ask us a question. We'll be watching for those, so we can, we would love to answer your questions as you have them. But your comment gets your name into the next week's drawing. So right now, I'm going to have Coach Kirby draw us a winner from the last conversation.
All right, here we go.
All right, lucky winner.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Shri Mantai.
Great. Congratulations,
All right,
Sherry.
congratulations.
Okay, I'm going to be reaching out to you, and hopefully you'll be watching today because you're a loyal watcher. I think while I'm doing this, I will also quickly share this to my page. There we go. All right, so we hope you share this video. We hope you join us today if you're watching this later, but you're in for a really wonderful treat because we're going to learn all about Coach Kirby here and about this wonderful program that Firstmark Credit Union brings to our area. So first, let's start with our introductions. You briefly said hello, but each of you please share a little about yourself, where you're from, and what you do.
Absolutely. So like I said, I'm Catherine Ortiz. Actually, everyone in the area knows me as Cat. I am the branch manager of the Firstmark Credit Union in Lavernia.
Wonderful. Great to have you.
Like I said earlier, I'm Paul Kirby. I'm the head football coach at Nixon Smiley High School. I'm also the head powerlifting coach at Nixon Smiley High School. So everybody knows me as coach. So
There you go.
Awesome. Well, Catherine, why don't you explain what brings us together? Well, tell us first about Firstmark, the credit union, and the role there that you play in the educator of the quarter.
Absolutely. So I know we've been through this already. Every quarter we get to meet, so this is exciting to continue to share and to see the impact Firstmark is making in the community. So Firstmark Credit Union began over 90 years ago as San Antonio Teachers Credit Union. So a lot of people are familiar with that. We have changed our name, but our give back to education has not changed.
Right.
And the amazing thing is with our membership, our members give every month into our 501c3, which is our Firstmark Foundation. That foundation gives back to educators all across the area with Wilson County, Bexar County, Guadalupe County, and we continue to spread. So it's amazing to see what our membership is capable of doing. With that initiative in Lavernia, since we've recently moved out to Lavernia, we partnered with Wilson County News, and we started this Educator of the Quarter, where every quarter we ask the community members, readers of Wilson County News, to nominate an educator that they believe is deserving of this recognition.
Yeah.
Our educators, our coaches, they work tirelessly for our children every day, and they sow into them, and they are creating the future with what they do, so we'd love to take the opportunity to honor them. So that's our part in it.
Wonderful.
We partnered with Wilson County News on it.
Awesome. Yes, and that works very well with us. We've had our role in education, I'd say, for more than 20 years with our newspapers and education program, so it fits very well into our beliefs and what we're trying to do with, being a part of that, just taking a role in education and working with educators and students. So Well, tell me, what was the process like? Now, you've had a whole year under your belt, so wow, there's been a lot of things you've probably learned along the way. I don't hear your passion fizzling at all with this program, not one bit. You just give me the chills every time you talk about it. But in drawing this quarter's winner, tell me about that.
So I don't. Every time we have all the nominations come in, you sit there and you read these nominations, and you're so torn because one, someone took the time to think about this educator and this teacher. So you sit there and you're reading them, and you're just like, just to know how amazing our educators are across our area, and to know that they're on the forefront of someone's mind to take the time to write in a nomination. They've already made an impact. And so, it's never easy reading through them. You go through and you see the common things that every educator sows into, the time they put into their children every day. There's just certain things over time that you'll read and be like, wow, this one just sparks different. And so, with the panel, when we read them, there's a lot. We, filter through them. You have your top picks, and then you have the other ones read, and then the top pick, and then the top pick, and then one comes all the way up to the top. So process is never easy, but it is amazing to see what is happening across our local schools here and what our educators are doing. I'm very happy to have my children out in this community, for sure.
That's beautiful. Wonderful. So Coach Kirby, wow, it must have been a surprise to tell us about the moment that you were kind of surrounded by strangers that were like, hey,
yes, it was very surprising. It was a different, atmosphere that morning. But first I want to tell y'all, thank y'all. Firstmark Credit Union, thank you for supporting education. And Wilson County News bringing our communities together to help support this. This is a big deal for us, and it was a huge honor. But the morning of, so we kind of walk through what we do. We get the kids dressed, we get them rolling, we get them outside, and we square up, and we do our roll call. We give them a little pep talk that morning, and I'm chasing the last few guys out. Let's go. And I see my wife and my kids are standing there, and I'm like, what's going on? That's unusual.
That would be
yes. And then I see y'all there, and I'm like, all right, what's going on? Is this like an audit? Like, is this TA coming to check us out? What's happening?
All the negatives.
Yes. Yes. I was like, is there some head people coming in? So, and it was a major shock when I saw that, and then when y'all announced it, and I had Coach McKinney there, I had Mr. Van Auken there, superintendent. So it was a true honor, and then getting to share that with my student athletes, and again, student athletes, right? Because we teach them daily, and seeing them just love the fact that one of their own got such an honor, it made me feel very special and excited and blessed, and it was just very, very fulfilling. I should say that's the best word, fulfilling. So it was again, thank y'all so much. It was a huge honor.
And it's always emotional. You're there and you don't want to cry because
yes,
it's tough. But and then you're reading the nomination in front of all of his athletes, his student athletes. This is what makes a difference. This is what he's doing. You may not even realize how much he's really sowing into you every day. So see, I get emotional about this.
Yes, a lot of passion, and I know coaches are passionate people. So. It was a passionate moment for sure.
So awesome. Now, tell us more about yourself. Walk us through your background in education. How many years you've been teaching? It's
been about a little over a decade. I started my education process. Obviously, when you pick that moment, it was in junior high. I picked that. I knew I was going to be a coach. I knew the coaches I had that made the impact on me, I wanted to be like them. And getting into college, and in high school, college time, it's, you have guys that make a massive impact on you, not just as a player or a student, but as a young man. Like they help you grow. And I think that's one thing that we continue to try to do as a coach is it's not about wins and losses all the time. It's about making strong-willed men. But I knew that in junior high, and getting into college towards the end of my college career, I started as a mental health associate for Children's Mental Health Hospital. And if they paid more, I'd probably still be there, to be honest. It was one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done. And you're working with kids daily just from how to wake up, in the morning to how to go throughout your daily business, to how to properly act and do right, and help them through their medical problems. That made the biggest impact for me to have patience. Patience is huge. So after that, then I go into being a paraprofessional. I wish all teachers had that opportunity. Being a paraprofessional is one of the most underrated, most not seen jobs in the world. You know, you're helping with special ed kids, or helping out with teachers daily for little things, but they get paid less, but they do more work. And I think, again, you're learning patience. You're learning how to manage kids properly, and that pushed me into being a teacher when I got certified. So, went through several schools: Gonzales, Lavernia, Nixon Smiley for several years now. So it's just been a long road, but it's developed in the proper path and the proper set of stones to lead me to where I am today. It's helped out a lot. So.
That's nice.
What a journey, right?
Yes.
That's
but
incredible.
your passion right there, like
Exactly.
from the beginning, you
Yes.
can see with sewing into children, and then it just into your athletes. It's going to be what you do forever. Probably,
Yes,
right?
it's not a job. It's not a
Right,
work.
right.
It's a life. Lifestyle. It's a life choice. Luckily, my family's all in too. My wife and my kids. They're there every day, saying
Cheering you
they're
on.
part of it. Yes, so it's
Oh,
a big deal
sweet.
for us. It's not just a job. That's for sure.
That's amazing. Well, what's your advice to teachers in the field today?
Something that we learned in college at the University of Mary Hardin-Baylor under Coach Fredenberg. They had a motto that we kind of lived by, and it's something I've kind of stuck by. Obviously, there's so much more, but I want to be passionate. Be passionate about your abilities. Be passionate about your kids. Be passionate about what you're doing every day. Be a physical presence every single day. Be relentless in how you teach. Be relentless in how you approach everything. And then you want to also be unselfish. Like, it's an unselfish thing. This is something that you can't be a selfish person to do. Like, you have to be able to give as much as you can, as long as you can, and understand you're not always going to be rewarded. You're not always going to have an honor like I received. Like, that's why it was so shocking. I didn't expect that. And just being prepared daily for anything that could happen. And you want to grow these student athletes to be their best. You want to max them out. So being passionate, being the physical presence that you can be, being relentless and selfish and prepared. That's how I would go.
That brings me to something that was on his nomination, and I wanted to ask him about what it says, like, you go the extra mile every day, but you've brought in the mentality that the team is more important than the individual, and to play unselfishly is to play for your brother next to you. Like, what is that? Like, how do you relay that to the team?
It starts in the beginning. We sit them all down and we talk about the expectations and the accountability and how important it is to not be the weakest link. So you're only as strong as your weakest link. Well, how do we get them past being weak, and how do we get that weakest link up here? It's to be together. Like, it's a together thing. That unselfishness grows throughout the season, throughout the year, and they understand that if this one's down, I'm going to help them up. And if I need to come out of the game, I know that somebody's going to go in and do just as good a job as I can do. And it's important that they understand that.
Leaving ego at the door.
Yes, leaving ego at the door. Like, you're going to get your yards, you're going to get your tackles, but there's others that are going to do just as well. So I think that's just kind of been the mentality throughout the year, and they bought into it. Stuff that I learned from Lavernia, my time at Lavernia with Coach Brad Mulder. I mean, he kind of set the standard when I was there as a coach, and then you kind of learn how that process goes, and it's just phenomenal. That guy was a molder of human beings. His name fits him, you know what I mean? So, and I got the chance to see how he made the program and how he expected the young ones to act and to grow, and it's something I want to implement, and it's going to continue to happen. So, but again, something as simple as spotting somebody under the weights, right? You got to trust that person, right? And you got to be unselfish to be able to go 1, 2, 3, like all the way through the set, And if something happens, you're going to be there for that person. So
Trust.
it's
Yeah.
a trust, it's the unselfishness, it's the togetherness, it's the believe mentality for sure. So
And that feeds in through their careers into the future. I mean, as a student athlete myself, I mean, I look at a lot of how I lead my teams, where I work, with how I was a team player, with where I played sports.
Right.
And, you know, building that trust as a team, you know, being there too, you're only as strong as your weakest link, you know,
Yes.
so you build everyone up so that you're
Right.
just as strong together, and it's
Right.
not just focused on self. So
Right.
all of what you teach them now is going to pour into their careers wherever they go.
Yes, ma'am.
As a team player or a future leader.
And I appreciate you saying teach, because
Yes.
you know, it's not necessarily in the classroom setting. Like, I've been in the classroom, I've done history, I've done a lot of the different kinds of teaching, and it's a different classroom. We're on a field, we're on a court, we're in the weight room. Like, how do you manage 75 young athletes and to do the right thing the whole time, and to
Right.
redirect them when they need to be redirected, and correct them how they need to be corrected? And it's a lot of teaching, little teaching moments, and managing the time appropriately to maximize that time you have.
Right.
So it's a wonderful opportunity. I'm so blessed that y'all picked me as a coach, as an educator of the quarter because of that. So it's truly an honor.
Oh,
Amazing,
I mean,
amazing.
coaches are just as deserving. I mean, you put
Absolutely.
so in every
Yeah.
team you're a part of. So absolutely.
Yeah, and the impact that you have, it's very noticed. So along the same lines, then, what would you share with students as advice?
Oh my goodness, there's so much, right?
And you kind of already alluded to
Yes,
it. but
sharing with students, I think, to have that passion for everything you do. We preach a lot about energy and enthusiasm to achieve excellence. Not every day you're going to wake up to be excited about what's about to happen. Some days you're going to wake up feeling down, feeling sick, feeling sorry, feeling this way, feeling that way. How do you get past it? And being energetic, being enthusiastic about what you're about to approach, what you're about to accomplish, whether it be something as small as going to the grocery store, or taking your kid to school, or coming to an important interview with important people like I am today. Like, it's exciting. It's nerve-wracking. It should be. And then how do you approach it? Enthusiastically and energetically, trying to be the best you can be.
Great
And you
advice.
see you do that. Excuse me. You see they do that. You do that because in the nomination it says you're the light of the campus and you're the hype man.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, light of the campus, hype man. You go in every day enthusiastically. You never know what you're going to face and challenges come,
Right.
but you embrace it.
And once again, like, I look back at all the great coaches I've had and great teachers I've had. You know, Jeff Shin, who was at Smithson Valley, UMHB, he was this hair on fire mentality guy, and he was one of my coaches at Mary Hardin Baylor. He played there, and he was a legend there, and I just looked up to him. I'm like, that is how I'm going to coach. I want to coach with my hair on fire, all in, all the time. Like, and it's hard to do.
Right.
It's not easy. But when you see somebody do it, I think you're more susceptible to being able to do it yourself. And if it's an everyday thing, like, I can do that. If he can do that, I can do that.
Right.
So that's kind of how I approach it. So
That's awesome.
Nice, leading the way. Amazing. Well, so Catherine, let's circle back. Well, first of all, let me give you a little more opportunity. Is there anything you'd like to share about Firstmark, and how you're doing over there in Lavernia, as the credit union right now? I mean, just give
Right.
us some words about Firstmark.
So Firstmark, we've been here since in
Yeah.
Lavernia since March of 2023. So we are going on our full 2 years
Yeah.
at this location. Since being in the Lavernia community, our membership is continuing to grow.
Yeah.
I think as we grow membership, we continue to be able to give back more to our communities.
Right.
So our membership, like I said, our members donate $1 a month into our 501c3. That's their checking account monthly fee.
Yeah.
Right. So every month they're contributing $1 that goes into that foundation where we find opportunities to give back to the community, sponsoring events,
Yeah.
giving back to teachers, school items. So it's been great to see, find those opportunities to be able to give back to the community. I'm a long-term, we've been in Lavernia since 1995. So I've been out here forever. To have this opportunity to be able to look to give back.
Yeah.
My parents were educators also.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
just something that just resonates perfect with what I want to do, my passion, my purpose, right? So Firstmark Credit Union, as we grow in our membership, we find more opportunities to give back.
Right.
We're now coming out to Floresville ISD, out as far as Nixon, so I'm enjoying
great.
seeing our membership base spread.
Yeah.
We have expanded our field of membership, so now we can go further out beyond Nixon in membership. So as we grow,
wonderful.
the more we can give back to our communities,
Right.
and I'm
That's
happy to be a
amazing.
part of that with Firstmark Credit Union. So that's us. I mean, you can follow us on, or find us on of course, Facebook. But
And you're
you-
tagged in the description.
Yes, and then of course online,
Right.
Firstmark CU for creditunion.org. There you can see all the products and services we have to offer. You know, just opening a savings and checking account with that $1 give back is your gift into the community.
And your requirement, anyone in this area, that's
Absolutely,
to be a
yes.
member.
Yes,
I didn't really say that very
Wilson,
well.
Bexar County, we've expanded beyond, you know,
Right,
Guadalupe,
okay.
further counties and stuff too.
So-
So you don't have to be an educator or
Right.
have an education family background. It is now open to just live, work, or worship within these areas. Even if you go to church
Yeah.
in one of these areas,
Okay.
you can become a member and participate in our 501c3 program.
Great. And so right now, we're actually nearing the end of this next quarter's
Yes.
nomination
Yes,
process.
so this has gone so well, this partnership with Wilson County News. We're continuing it another year, and in doing that, every quarter, we ask for nominations to come in. You can nominate through,
The website.
The
so you can-
website.
wilsoncountynews.com/edu.
yes, you can go grab the paper.
Yep.
There's a little area there, you can write it in if you
right.
want. But nominating someone that you believe, an educator that you believe deserves the honor. It's amazing to see them come in from students.
Yes.
While I'm at events, I have a QR code there with me, and I'm there telling them, "Hey, nominate your teachers,
That's
nominate your
right.
teachers,"
That's right.
because it just to know they're nominated, it goes. I mean, I'm sure it lit a fire under you.
Oh, very much so.
And now there's like an enlightened passion more to do what you do, to know you're making a difference, and just
right.
taking that moment to nominate someone, it can go a lot further.
Right. So we encourage you to nominate your educator by March 31st. That's
Yes,
our next
the
deadline
quarter ends,
for the
yes,
next quarter.
March 31st.
And of course, it's all year. So, you know, if you have that on your heart and you miss the March 31st, it's okay. We'll get it into the next quarter.
Yes,
So,
renominate, nominate again every
Yeah.
quarter, because the nominations don't stick.
Right.
Is that we don't keep them and they don't pile up. So
That's
every
right.
quarter is a new nomination.
that's right, right. So, yeah, and wow, are there any last, let's see, we got some comments. Great. So happy to see all of you joining us. Sharon, as always, good to have you. Priscilla Hernandez says good morning. That's my boss. Go
Yes.
Cat. Of course, Vanessa Kirby says great job, Coach Kirby. Thank you for joining us. Desiree Rogers says what a great coach. And Priscilla reminds us that Firstmark Credit Union loves the members and community. Great comments from her. Let's see. And just to nominate educators, I agree. We need to, everybody nominate your educator, and looking forward to the next process, right?
Yes.
So any last words? We're kind of nearing the end, and
No, just again, thank y'all for bringing communities together
Yeah.
and putting the spotlight on education and these educators. There's so many. I know a lot at Lavernia. I know a lot at even Stockdale. I know a lot at Nixon Smiley that would be well deserving.
absolutely, I'm
Yes.
sure.
And then drive by Firstmark Credit Union in
Yes.
Lavernia, and our pylon sign has your picture.
Oh,
Cool. I
Have
have to
you
go by.
seen it?
I've not yet.
No, it has you there with your award
Oh,
because you're a winner.
very
yeah.
nice.
So
Gotta
you
get
can take your
that.
kids and
Yes.
take a picture next to
Mhm.
it.
That'd be
Excellent.
so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So remember, nominate your educator at wilsoncountynews.com/edu. You have till March 31st, and then renominate again if yours doesn't happen to get chosen. But just do that because this is such a worthy cause, and thank you all for shining such a wonderful light on education. For what you do, it is definitely felt by the community as well. Both of you, just excellent, wonderful work.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we will be back next
Yes,
quarter
we
with another
will.
winner.
I can't wait.
It's always a blessing to meet all these wonderful educators. So,
Yes.
all right. Well, so y'all heard that. You can watch for us again for the next quarter and be looking for who that is. Make your nominations. And to wrap this up, I would like to thank our sponsor for WCN Live today, Professionals in Dentistry, the top-rated dentist in China Grove, San Antonio. Smile Brighter at Professionals in Dentistry. Thank you for your sponsorship. Thank you all for joining us. Please share this video far and wide and just really celebrate what we're doing here. And then we will see you next week. We'll be here again for WCN Live on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Thanks.